Marco Pelusi is colorist to the stars in Hollywood, in Los Angeles, and my guest this week is Marco Pelusi. Great to see you.
It is so good to see you.
Hollywood.
I'm so excited about seeing you.
Well, I'm excited to see you too.
So, yes, Hollywood all the way.
You sound like you're in Hollywood. We're both excited, but what's your name?
Marco.
Marco, that's right. Yes. Never forget a name, Steve. No.
I can go by Steve if you want me to.
Why Hollywood?
Well, I grew up in Pennsylvania. My family had a chain of hair salons there, and I loved doing hair, and I loved my family, but I wanted more. And it was either going to be New York or LA, and I wanted to work with celebrities. So I visited both cities, and I just loved LA, and that was a long time ago.
This is the place for celebrities, and it's a place where image is just so important, isn't it?
It is so important, Mike, that this recession means nothing to us, especially for celebrities, especially for my actor and actress clients, because they are calling me with emergency phone calls, even the really famous ones, because they need work, and if their hair looks bad, you can forget it. So they call me still, even now, you know, with all the problems. So.
Well, I did too, but I had to order mine in because it's a wig.
Exactly, you know,
right.
and it worked.
Isn't it terrible? We get so self-conscious, though. I mean, here I am with the colorist of the stars, one of the great hairdressers of Hollywood, and I'm feeling like, well, is my hair right? Is their hair out of place? And of course there is.
It looks great. It looks great, but it's funny. I think that perception actually happens a lot, and most of the time I'm not really focused on it. I think when I get my hands in the hair, then it's all about the hair.
Do you, when you go to parties and stuff, do you actually like look at somebody's hair first? Is it like if you're a mechanic, you hear for that note of the car, and if you're a pilot, you know, make sure the plane flies right. If you're a hairstylist, a colorist of the stars, do you go to a party and you go, wow, that hair looks like it's out of the jungles of Africa or somewhere?
Honestly, I do a little bit, especially if somebody, a woman in particular, who's famous, who I happen to see at a party, then I really tend to tune into it, especially if she has, maybe her hair is too blonde, or if I can add some dimension to it. So, yeah, that would be true.
So when did you decide, though, at what age that you were going to be a hairstylist and a colorist?
Well, I always knew that, even in my teenage years, people would just ask me to style their hair. And then, even going into my early 20s, I'm like, I think sometimes you have to bring what life brings you. You have to go with it. And after a while, I thought, I've got to start doing this. And the family's involved, but somehow I just went with the fact that people wanted me to do their hair. And then it was funny, I started working in the industry, and this color company came in and trained all of us, and I said, that's what I want to do, is learn how to train people on how to do hair color. And then after having done that for so long, it just sort of all, in a way, it just sort of happened to me. So.
And image for you is as important as image for, and he's looking very dapper. Dapper, there's an Australian term, looking very
Thank
slick.
you, thank you.
Very sharp. But it's very important, isn't it, image?
It is, it is. I just came back from teaching at a hair show called the International Beauty Show in Vegas. And every hairdresser there, or every possible potential client that was there, looks at everything that I'm wearing because they want to get that too. So they are looking to you to be the image expert. Just do what you want to do, they say. Let me play. I'm in your hands, you know, so.
Okay. We're talking about stars, we're talking about yourself and the industry, but even for the average person, image is just so important to one, career advancement, well-being. What do you look for when, say, for example, if somebody comes into you for as we would say, a hairy, but what do you look for? I mean, how do you decide on that person's personality, what they need?
Well, Mike, I have to tell you that I always try to treat each client like a celebrity. So most of my bread and butter is regular people, attorneys, doctors, teachers who really want to look good. And it's really a matter of taking a glance at them and allowing them to talk. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, I always say, so I try to go with the ears.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Listen a little bit, and then while I'm listening to what they want, I'm thinking about analyzing their face shape, analyzing his or her eye tone, skin tone, excuse me. And then it's a matter of flattering the skin tone with hair color and making it complementary.
Let's talk about some of the stars that you look after. I mean, because we all love gossip. So tell us about
Excuse me.
some. That's okay. It's a hair colouring in the throat.
It is. I got a little
Something
bit.
like this. A champagne beforehand, too many. But
Exactly.
Tell us about some of the stars that are a part of your list.
Well, I think
We want to know the juicy bits.
I will tell you the juicy bits. Stacy Keebler is probably the coolest one of late, and also Brooke Burke. The two of them both. Stacy was a professional wrestler on the
Oh, really?
wrestling networks for years.
So you don't want to mess up her hair.
She's tougher than she appears. She looks like this
Yeah.
sweet little girl from Baltimore, but she's tough.
Yeah.
And she also won Dancing with the Stars. And she is a blonde, and she was just on the cover of Maxim.
That's right.
So I really had to make sure to nail the blonde to get on that cover. And it's always about maintaining the quality and the integrity of the hair with each and every client. So she wanted to be super mega blonde, and I have to still make her hair look and feel like hair when I'm done. And she's just a great girl. She's was on other series called What About Brian?
Yes.
And there's just been a lot of publicity on Stacy on every red carpet. You can see her, and same with Brooke Burke. Brooke's the same way. She's won Dancing with the Stars, and she's got her own website now. So Brooke is married to the guy who starred on Baywatch, David Chevray. For all of you guys, Baywatch stars. Everybody still loves him. So.
That's right. Including yourself.
Yeah, I do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very, very good. But I need to know, though, some juicy stuff. We haven't had, there's nothing juicy there. I mean, is there anything really we could talk about? I mean, because they tell you everything, don't they?
They do, actually. I would say that Stacy is going out with Jeff, who was, you know, I don't even remember Jeff's last name, but they've been together for a long time. I think the secret there is that she has a really normal relationship. She's actually a really normal girl.